Hey babies, what's up my darling MVPs? How are you all doing? Welcome back to Sail with Mimitiously Mimi, where you get the gist as it do waiting, as it hurt. Of course, you know there's no sleeping on the bicycle on this channel. If you snooze, you do what? You lose. Are you here to subscribe to this channel? Or are you still sitting on a fat long thing? Kindly pause right there, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. If not, tell me, how do you want to get the gist brewing from the cooking pot? Like, how do you want to get the gist as it hurts? So, I am back again to let you guys know what the housemates actually spilled in their first interview with Ebuka. The first of I've actually shared Mercy's own. After I shared her first live video with you guys, I have shared Mercy's first interview with Ebuka. If you have not seen it, kindly go back to my channel. It is sitting there, pretty and cool. So right now, I want to share that of Pere, Adekunle Cross. If you look at the screenshot very well, you would see it consists of Mercy's interview with Ebuka, Pere's own, Baye, Adekunle, and Cross. But there's a reason why I actually screenshotted this. I want to let you guys know something. Can you please go through the screenshots and tell me the difference? The view is always different. So by the time people keep doubting about Baye's winning, this is the kind of thing that gives proof that a winner is always a winner, and that is on a per. Anyways, guys, watch to the very end so you don't miss any of the gist at all. I would start with the sixth housemate to leave the house, which is Cross. Meanwhile, that of Sisi is not there yet. I do not know if Ebuka did not have interview with Sisi or whether they are yet to upload it, but I did not see that of Sisi there. But whenever I get my hands on it, I will still come and tell you guys what Sisi said in her interview. So let's start with Cross. Cross, on his interview, Ebuka asked him about his friendship with Sisi and what was going on there. And he was like, he thought he had seen somebody who would understand him, and somebody he has at least met once from the outside, in as much as they do not really know themselves, you know, but at least they could start from somewhere, and that was just it. Barely, just friendship and nothing more. And then Ebuka asked him about his friendship with Pere and how things was going south. And he now said, anyways, he wouldn't even say much about it because the thing is that as everything was playing out, he was seeing some things and some things that was not cool with him, you know, and he now felt like, no, that he think this is actually a game and that he's not going to judge Pere sort of this game, that he's just going to watch till the game is over and then he will tend to talk about whatever is happening. But right now, it's just the game and nothing much, that Pere is still much of his friend, you know. And then they asked him about the buying his way to the finale, the 4 million famous 4 million naira, and he said that since he could buy his way to the finale, that there is possibility for him to win, and one thing that he wanted in this show is getting to the finale, and he do not think that there is any big deal in it, you know, and that's why, you know, he actually did whatever he did to make sure he gets to the finale, and there is no regret at all. And then Ebuka asked him about Kimopra, and he said Kim is somebody he has known outside, that Kimopra coming to the house was the best thing that happened to him. You understand? That it was the best thing that happened to him. And then, because this is somebody he feel that understand him more better, and that is how everything started off, you know, and the closeness, the friendship and everything, that it barely happened because Kimopra is somebody he feels among all the housemates is somebody that understand him quite better, that Kimopra coming to that game made it so easy and cool for him, and that was one of his best moments in the house. So Cross Kim shippers, guys, something is actually brewing for you all, you know. And then for Pere's interview, General Pere, okay, in his interview, he actually, you know, Ebuka asked him, you know, on some of the parts we saw of him, and he now said that in his previous season, which was the Shine Your Eyes season, he showed this villain role where people were seeing him as, oh, this tough guy and everything, and then coming to this particular season, playing that role was not among it, you know. And then he was like, he wants to show that he can be vulnerable, you know, and he can be so emotional. So that was what he did in this particular season. And Ebuka asked him about the plot on Baye to leave the show and everything. He now said the thing is this: Baye is among his competitor. And then Big Brother already introduced that the rule to this game is different from the previous rules to the games. That Big Brother introduced conspiracy to the game. Hence, he actually did whatever he did, and Baye is a competitor, and the only way to remove a competitor is to remove them from the game, and there was nothing much. But why this seems to be like a big deal was because of initially he has seen some people plotting about Baye, and he came to talk to Baye about it, hence the father and daughter thingy, but there was nothing much about it, and then Ebuka asked him about Kim Opera. He now said Kim Opera is just a friend. I'm like, hey, this housemates for this interview, I know they really talk as soon as they feel, because we know what we saw in the show, but he said Kim Opera is just a friend, somebody he has known outside, and there is nothing much about it. And then Ebuka asked him about Alex. He now said for Alex, that he thinks the issue he had with Alex is because Alex sees him to be a top competitor, you understand, in the game, that anything he does, that if him and Alex are not in the same team, Alex find him so toxic and over serious to actually win a game, and that is where their ish fell up from. And then Ebuka asked about Lamborghini, and then he replied and said, the thing with Mercy is this, that before he came into the house, he had a conversation with Cross, where he discussed with Cross about Mercy, so he think both himself and Mercy, they like each other mutually. That is a mutual thingy, that himself and Mercy, they liked each other before they came to the show. So it's just a mutual thing. And Ebuka was like, so White Money, does White Money know about it? He was like, I think White Money knows. So Percy Shipper, we have heard from Mercy. Mercy is speaking like White Money is not even included, while Pere had hope. Now Pere is speaking like Mercy is the only one that had hope. Is Pere changing his mind now, right, because of his going for Mercy, not saying like Kim Opera is just a friend? While we all know what we saw in that show, Kim Opera was the only one who made Pere punch the wall. I did not say anything. Okay, let's move over to that of Adekunle. But before we move to that of Adekunle, Pere said he preferred his previous season to this season. I think maybe why? Because he do not like that he showed his vulnerable side. But I think I love it that he showed it, because people actually have a different description of whom Pere is. Yeah. People have a different description of whom General Pere is right now. They do not see him as that tough, rugged guy. They now see him as this sweet, loving soul that can be so soft from the inside, but hard as a coconut from the outside, But I think him preferring the Shine Your Eyes was because some of the housemates talked down on him because of how he was so soft. But I think I prefer this Pere of this season to last season. What do you think, guys? I wonder why Ebuka did not even ask him about CC though, but these interviews were just so short. I think even Ebuka was even tired. Talking about Adekunle spoke about his ship with Venita. Ebuka asked him that he said he's going to go to the show to be a different person, and he said yes, that was his plan. He went to the show to be a different person, but being in a ship was not amongst it. His plan was to go into the house, interact with various ladies, like have proper conversation with ladies, until the Queen of the Dragons came through. And Ebuka asked him, how far, when did you notice Venita? And he was like, he think it was the first week that he threw a joke in the air, and Venita was the only person that caught that joke. That he has this high flow for intelligent people. That was how Venita caught his fancy, and he spoke about how the show was a 9/10 for him, because that he explored, he enjoyed the season, and I think he preferred the season to the previous season. He was in a ship. These were quite different. He was not the Adekunle of the previous season to this particular season. And then Ebuka asked him about the dinner and what happened. That it was looking like a monologue where Venita was the only one talking to herself, that what really happened. And he now said that they already had ish, prior before the dinner. But the thing is, he never knew there was a problem. That he said something that Venita do not like. And of course, we all know what that is. About the joke of Venita would come for his child, dedication. So he was like, he never knew such thing happen. And they do not have the time to even have a conversation before the dinner, and that's why the dinner looked the same way it was. That he really wished he had the opportunity to have a conversation with Venita before then, that even up to now that they've not had a conversation, but they have seen, but they have not really had a conversation regarding that, And he also said that he enjoyed his stay in the Big Brother house with Venita, but the plan was not to be in a ship, but at least last he enjoyed his stay. It's a 9/10 thing, and I think he enjoyed his stay. Now for Baye, the winner with a difference. Ebuka asked Ilebaye, on the strategy being in the house, to poke on the housemates, and then acted as the person who is being hunted for. And she was like, whatever ever happened in that house was never a strategy for her, that it was just her personality and the house been misunderstanding her, that she never planned that, oh, I want to do this thing so that it would be a strategy for me, that it was never like that, but it's just what it is. And then Ebuka asked her about her friendship with Doyin, and she now said for Doyin that Doyin is somebody that she called a friend, that before the house, that Doyin is not, that they don't talk, they don't even test or nothing until they came to the house, and they tend to be friends and all of that. And then Doyin is somebody that she could call a friend and still call a friend presently. You understand? But the difference between herself and Doyin is that they misunderstand each other a whole lot. Hence the arguments and all of that. That Doyin is more of the outspoken person, and she, on the other hand, is a calm version of Doyin. You understand? That's just the problem they had with the Doyin and the Ilebaye ship. You understand? And then Ebuka asked her that what time in the house did she feel that she has a strong fan base? She was like, there was no time in that house that she thinks she had a strong fan base. That all the while that she will be up and be safe. She did not even think it as a result of having a strong fan base. She was just literally thinking that she's just been opportuned, like lucky, to be safe. She was like, if 3 people go, she'll be like, that means if I didn't there was 4th person, I would have gone. I was just lucky. That the only time she realized she had a strong fan base, was at the finale, when she was declared the winner. Aside that she never knew that she is strong from the outside, And then Ebuka asked her about what she would want to do now, since she has won the money. And then she said, Ebuka, that she is still very young, that she has the orphanage home she want to work on. She has a clothing brand that she was saving up for. But right now she would relax, think deep, know how to use this money so that she will utilize it well, so that she will not be like, oh, had I know, or something. That she want to calm down and make sure that she use the money well. So for now, she would say it's nothing. She want to think deep and then know what she would actually use the money for. And there was something she said, which she ended her interview with. She said, when is your turn? Is your turn. When God grace is on you, God's grace is on you. And that is on a that is on a period, baby. It is actually your turn. Congratulations to you once again, the Gen Z baddie. So, guys, I made sure that I would, discuss this interview with Ebuka with you guys, because from tomorrow, it's going to be media rounds, from one media rounds to the other. And we'll be hearing some subtle shadings. And I am ready for that tomorrow. So, make sure you have subscribed to this channel and your notification bell is on so that you don't miss any gist at all. Thank you for always sitting with me. God bless you. It is a goodbye and I think a good night for now. Bye. See you guys later.